I actually wanted to ask you about like Bitpanda's native token, whose name is, if I get it correctly, it's called Best. Can you tell us a bit like the role it plays within your platform and basically how the Bitpanda users benefit?
Best, the Bitpanda ecosystem token, was invented by us in 2019. Why? To give something back to the community. What we've seen back then and still since then is that users of bitpanda.com are actually not just loving the platform, but are loving the service offering. But they also wanted to engage with that even more, and also were very eager to actually get more benefits out of that. And we wanted to incentivize them to not just stay with Bitpanda, but also to get the most out of that ecosystem. This is why we invented a loyalty token program back then, which is more than active or is very active also as of today. Which for sure has certain tokenomics. For example, there is a rewards mechanism where people can earn based on the tokens they own, but they also can within the platform, but also across the ecosystem, get a lot of different benefits out of that. And I think the interesting aspect, if we go back to the topic of Web3 actually, is what we learned is also that in the beginning, all these token use cases were all about a loyalty program, some getting more benefits out of it, and are now step by step getting into a world of how can they also be used on chain for a certain activity. And this is where we as Bitpanda have also a technology project called Pantos, which is all about building interoperability technology to move a token from a layer 1 blockchain A to another layer 1 blockchain. Why? To enable people to also then in the future utilize different smart contracts / Web3 functionality, which probably is in a different ecosystem and not natively built into the ecosystem on that layer 1 chain or the other layer 1 chain. And that's also very important. I think if we come back to the topic of what is needed to get Web3 really going, it's exactly about that, adoption, and this means accessibility.
Super interesting. Thank you for letting us know about Pantos. Last question on Bitpanda before we move to Bitpanda Technology Solutions, but you have been incredibly successful at growing very fast your user base. I remember like some figures, like public figures showing really an incredible growth. Can you tell us a bit like what have been the levels of development, of acquisition then and maybe now? Like what do you see is making the Bitpanda community grow?
Sure. So I think the most important topic, or at least the most active dynamic and driver for us, was always delivering great product and make our customers happy. And at that point, very happy with the product and satisfied that they tell their friends about it. So word of mouth is one of the main drivers, especially in the beginning, for growth and adoption across different user bases in Europe. And this was in countries like Germany, but also in others like France and Spain. And this is, interestingly until today, one of the main drivers. For sure, you can add certain marketing strategies, you can increase the inflow of new interested users, you can have retention strategies, but we still believe the most important driver for long-term usage and stickiness when it comes to customers and the customer base, which is also very loyal to you and engaged, just simply is a good product offering. And that's what we are mainly focusing on since the inception as a very product-driven company. And that's also what we actively do in the future, to focus exactly on that part. But I think also relevant if we speak as of today, when it's about a great product, it's also not just about, you need to have the assets, the crypto tokens, the people are interested in. It's also about payment options and currencies actually to enable people in a proper way to actually get the money they want to invest into the space on such a platform like Bitpanda.